Today, we are going to talk about anaphylaxis, the most dangerous allergic reaction you will ever manage. Phase 1 is understanding what triggers this and why. The cellular mechanism. Phase 2 is recognizing the escalation, reading your patient's symptoms and severity in real time. Phase 3 is executing the rescue, your medical and nursing interventions in the right order right now. Phase 4 is securing the future, prevention, education, and making sure this never catches your patient unprepared again. True anaphylaxis is type 1 hypersensitivity, IgE-mediated. Allergen hits the IgE antibodies already sitting on mast cells and basophils, cross-linking fires, degranulation dumps histamine, and all the other mediators. And within minutes, your patient is in systemic crisis. Now, anaphylactoid reactions look identical at the bedside. Same bronchospasm, same hypotension, same airway compromise. But they are not IgE-mediated. The mechanism is different. But here is what you absolutely must know. The treatment is exactly the same. Do not waste time trying to distinguish them. Treat the presentation. Penicillin is the most common medication cause. Always ask about penicillin allergy before administering any beta-lactam antibiotic. Radiocontrast agents are in your radiology patients. Ask before every contrast study. Foods are the big community triggers. Peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish, milk, eggs. Insect stings hit fast, especially outdoors. And latex is everywhere in healthcare. Gloves, catheters, tubing. And your patient may not even know they have a latex allergy until they react. Screen before every procedure. This escalation curve is the most important clinical concept in this deck. Faster onset equals more severe reaction. A patient who starts reacting within seconds to minutes of exposure is on the steep part of that curve. Laryngeal edema, severe dyspnea, hypotension, cardiac arrest can all follow in rapid succession. Here is the exam trap and the dangerous clinical myth you must destroy right now. Past reactions do not predict future severity. A patient who had a mild hive reaction last time can have fatal anaphylaxis this time. Never reassure a patient that they will probably be fine because their last reaction was mild. 3 columns, 3 severity levels. Know what to expect at each one. Mild symptoms are deceptive. Tingling, warmth, throat fullness, sneezing. These can trick you into thinking this is no big deal. It may escalate within minutes. Moderate brings bronchospasm, airway edema, wheezing. Now the airway is in play and you are moving fast. Severe is a full systemic collapse, laryngeal edema closing the airway, severe dyspnea, cyanosis, hypotension, GI symptoms, seizures, cardiac arrest. Your job is to identify severity and respond before the patient slides to the next column. Do not wait for severe to declare itself. Epinephrine is the base of the pyramid, and it is non-negotiable. It is the only drug that directly reverses the pathophysiology. It causes vasoconstriction, bronchodilation, reduces airway edema, and supports cardiac output simultaneously. Given subcutaneously in the thigh or upper arm for community or initial hospital management. Continuous IV infusion for severe cases. 2 critical exam traps here. Antihistamines and corticosteroids do not replace epinephrine. They are adjuncts, and they work too slowly to save an airway. And epinephrine side effects are amplified in older patients and patients with cardiac disease if overdosed or given IV. So dose carefully in those populations. When anaphylaxis is happening, your first action is call for backup. Notify the rapid response team or provider immediately. Then, execute simultaneously. Assess airway, breathing, and circulation. Start CPR if there is cardiac arrest. Get IV access established. Prep for intubation. Laryngeal edema can close the airway fast, and if it does, your window for intubation closes with it. Apply oxygen for cyanosis, dyspnea, or wheezing. Administer epinephrine. Run IV fluids and vasopressors for hemodynamic support. And document everything. Timing of onset, interventions given, vital signs, and patient response. Your patient and their family must be able to use this device in a panic, alone in the community. That means your teaching must be airtight, blue cap to the sky, remove it, orange tip to the thigh. That is the needle end. Swing and jab into the outer thigh at a 90-degree angle until you hear the click. Hold it there for 10 full seconds. Remove it, massage the site for 10 seconds. Then call 911 immediately. The autoinjector buys time. It does not replace emergency care. Put the used device, needle first, back into the storage tube and bring it to the hospital. And your nursing mandate: provide a physical demonstration and require a return demonstration from the patient and family before discharge. Verbal teaching alone is not enough. The reaction is over, but your patient is not safe to go home. They must be transported to the ED and monitored for 4 to 8 hours at minimum, and longer if the reaction was severe. Why? Biphasic reactions. A patient can appear stable for hours and then deteriorate again without any additional allergen exposure. That is the biphasic phase, and it can be as severe as the initial reaction. Post-crisis, ensure they have an epinephrine autoinjector prescription before they leave, and that training is complete. Medical ID bracelet is strongly recommended. It is life-saving if your patient ever reacts unconsciously. If the trigger was an insect sting, refer for venom immunotherapy. If it was a medication they cannot avoid, penicillin, insulin, discuss desensitization protocols with the provider. 3 rules that govern everything you do in anaphylaxis. Speed defines severity. The faster the reaction, the worse it will get, and the faster you must act. Epinephrine is non-negotiable. Nothing substitutes for it. Nothing delays it. And education prevents tragedies. A patient who knows how to use their autoinjector correctly and uses it immediately when symptoms start may never need emergency care. These 3 principles together are what survival depends on. Miss any one of them and outcomes get much worse. This summary slide captures your entire clinical framework for anaphylaxis. Recognize the severity level from the symptom column. Remember that onset speed predicts severity, and past history does not protect your patient. Identify the likely trigger category from your pre-procedure screening. Administer epinephrine first, subcutaneously into the outer thigh. Then assess airway, breathing, and circulation simultaneously. Start oxygen, IV access, vasopressors as needed. And ensure every anaphylaxis patient goes to the ED for a mandatory 4 to 8 hour observation window. Recognize early, treat aggressively, educate thoroughly,